Hey guys, we're gonna try the microphone on high this time and see if that makes much of a difference. Now I know uh, it did have a little bit of a transition where I was off the mic, so I will try to be better about talking to the mic, and that should help some. Now, what you can see right here is some of what I picked up this weekend. I did have one thing that I won on eBay that is not going to be here, but I did that this weekend, so I don't know if that counts. But I know that everything in this video is something that I picked up locally this weekend, and that's a big thing for a lot of people. You know, did you get it off eBay or did you get it locally? Well, everything in this particular video I got locally. There was a church near where I live, like just down the road, and they have some kids that are trying to go to Ecuador. I think that's what they said. And they were having a yard sale, and it was actually a really good yard sale. I got some great stuff for my niece. Like one of the things I picked up for my niece was like a paint by numbers thing, but more importantly, some stuff for me. And I didn't bring the whole thing up. This is just the box lid because there are so many pieces, but um, Pokemon Monopoly. I didn't even know they made this, and I don't know when they made this. I haven't looked for like the copyright doohickey on here. It's a good question. I don't know. I don't see anything like that on the box, so I'll look in the instructions or something. Unfortunately, it had been opened, and there one of the spaces, the property cards, is missing for coughing, and this was a real buzzkill. This morning, I realized that the tokens are all gone, or movers as it calls them here, which is kind of the whole point of like the entire game. So I'm gonna have to look on eBay and see if I can find some of those. But I paid almost nothing for it, and it's really cool. Even if I don't actually play it and therefore don't find the movers, um, the box will look really great on the shelf. You put it up behind stuff, and people are like, "Oh, Pokemon, yay!" Yeah. What's more prototypical of Nintendo fans than Pokemon and Mario? It's like those two things. So that was something really cool that I picked up. And then at that same yard sale, I'm not a huge PlayStation person. I mean, like I have the PlayStation 4 coming, and I have a PS2 and a PS3, and I didn't have a PlayStation 1, but I'm just not a huge, like, as far as games go, like collecting, I guess. It's my Sony is my preferred like current gen. Whatever I'm going to be playing the current generation of games on, I prefer Sony. I don't really care for Xbox, even though I have an Xbox and a 360. I still prefer PlayStation, but as far as like, oh, let's be sure we get all of these, I'm not big on that. But I couldn't really turn this down for next to nothing again. A slim silver PlayStation 2. You can see right there, it's a little dinged up, and it's got some scuffs, and I think that's a marker. Oh, whatever it was, it just came off. Cool. But and I haven't actually checked it to see if it even works yet, but it seems okay. It didn't come with a controller, which kind of stinks. I feel like I was just talking about this with my girlfriend. I never, ever find the. Does this not turn on the Slim? Oh, yeah, it does. Okay. Anyway, I never find PlayStation controllers anywhere. And PlayStation DualShock 2s, or DualShock, whatever they were, they're like the most common controller out there, right? No, not for me. Never find them. I have a knockoff. I have a third party, and I hate it. So I've been looking for one. It came with the AV cables. Did not have the power supply, but I have like a dozen of those. So, and as I understand it, and this is not just me postulating, this is the smallest console to date by like a large margin. I don't know of anything that's even remotely close. So yeah, this is the smallest, and I guess that's kind of neat. But like I said, I'm just not a huge PlayStation collector. I just saw this. In fact, it was actually under something. It might have been under the Monopoly game, and I snagged it up. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get that. So I got all that really, really cheap. And then there was a much bigger purchase, not size-wise. It's actually smaller than both of those, but there was a bigger price point purchase I was gonna make this weekend, and I had to do a lot of haggling for this one. Um, but I wasn't gonna let it. I wasn't gonna let it go. I've already got one 3DS. I got the Yoshi edition. There have been some unfortunate circumstances for the Yoshi edition, and I'm really thinking about looking around and buying another one because it's got some damage to it that I'm not happy about. But I had pretty much decided, hey, I'm not gonna try and get all the 3DS and 3DS XL and new 3DS versions, mostly because you look at Majora's Mask and the price is just absurd. But that doesn't mean when I see what I consider to be a really good deal, I'm not going to jump on it. And that's what happened with this. This was somebody locally was selling a regular 3DS. Well, not a regular, a collector's edition or limited edition 3DS, super cheap, and I was not going to turn it down. So picked this up actually today, and I knocked a good bit off with him, but kind of well under what you would consider not retail value, but like eBay value. Got it way under eBay and video game pricing, whatever. But yeah, oh, super excited about this, and it looks great. I know you see the smudges there. That's literally all that's wrong with it. There are no scuffs, even if they look like it. It's just my hands were greasy when I got it. I'd eaten Arby's. It's in great shape. Really pleased with it. It looks beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I gotta say, when I bought my Wii U, I bought the Wind Waker edition, and the gamepad I was just kind of like, ho hum with the style of the gamepad. But this is classy. This looks great. I mean, you got the ocarina, you've got a lute or a lyre. It just looks awesome, and I was really pleased with it. So didn't pick up a whole lot. Like I said, I do have one thing coming from eBay. I found a guy that had, I'm a huge Power Rangers fan, as you guys know, and he had Super Nintendo Power Rangers the movie, which is the rarer and I guess arguably the better version. One of my things that I'm trying to do is pick up all the Power Rangers games, specifically those older games, Super Nintendo Genesis. I actually have the Power Rangers movie game on Game Gear, and they say that one's really good too. But anyway, I wanted to pick this one up. It's one that's been eluding me, and I've kind of backpedaled. A long time ago I said I wasn't going to try and get complete games, and this one I'm buying loose, but I definitely want to look into getting cases and stuff for some of the ones that maybe they're not really rare. Like there's nothing exceptionally rare about Power Rangers the movie for Super Nintendo, but if it's something that I want, like I want Star Trek games and I want Power Rangers games and I want there are some others, but if it's something like that it's special to me and it's gonna go on a different shelf than just all the other Super Nintendo games, I kind of want the cases and manuals for it. So that's gonna be something that I'm gonna start looking into too, is getting like more cases, more manuals specifically for games like that. I have now both Power Rangers and Power Rangers the movie for Super Nintendo, so I'm gonna look to get manuals and cases for those, and then of course Zeo Racers and Fighting Edition. But anyway, that's kind of what I picked up. This is obviously the prize piece from this weekend, and the other stuff is just kind of extra. Also, it came with this, which is like a charging base, but I don't really get this thing's purpose. Like, why did people want this? You can flip it down and like put a game in while it's charging. Here. Like, what did you want that for? All it does is move the charging base or charging point, which is right there. I don't know. I didn't really get it. But anyway, that's what I picked up this week, this weekend. Yard selling and sales pages and things like that. It's a lot of fun. Really looking forward to, actually being able to play Monopoly with pieces. But anyway, that's what I did this weekend. Hopefully you guys had a lot of fun at flea markets and yard sales and that kind of thing. If you did, and you do a video about it, be sure to link it in the comments. I'd love to see. But hopefully I'll have some more stuff. Gonna try some more ASMR stuff soon. And until then, like, subscribe, and comment down there. And we'll see you guys next time.